Formula One's biggest ever season approaching, it is time to meet the three much talked about rookies who will be joining the 2023 grid. F1 is about to embark on what promises to be a thrilling 23 race campaign, and the intrigue is only increased by the presence of three new faces. Australian Oscar Piastri is one of the most highly anticipated additions to the grid in a long time, while Nick De Vries and Logan Sargeant are also out to prove they belong at motorsport's top table. The trio will all be looking to make a strong start at Bahrain Grand Prix, which begins in Bahrain on Friday, from March 3rd to 5. Welcome to Aero F1. Today we are going to take a look at the rookies of 2023 F1 season. How competitive were they in their career? And how can they perform in the season? After one of the most dramatic games of musical chairs in the summer of 2022, Piastri is the rookie who comes into 2023 with the most pressure on his shoulders, but also the most excitement surrounding his talent. The young Australian will replace his compatriot Daniel Ricciardo after the 8-time winner struggled to deliver the mighty pace expected of him, eroding the reputation he had created at Red Bull and, to a lesser extent, Renault. Piastri has enjoyed a stellar rise through the junior ranks, winning Formula 3 and Formula 2 in back-to-back seasons just like Charles Leclerc and George Russell, and even going one better than those current stars by notching a Formula Renault title in 2019. 3 titles in his last 3 racing years highlights the 21-year-old's megastar potential, while also creating expectation for him to perform immediately in his debut campaign. What a lot of fans may know Piastri for, though, is how he joined McLaren. While Alpine bit off more than they could chew with 3 high-level drivers and 2 cars, Piastri has an external pressure to eradicate from the start, and on top of that has already seemingly burned bridges with one of F1's 10 teams. If this McLaren venture goes wrong, that leaves less room for maneuver when looking for a drive. Then, there is the teammate he comes up against in 2023. Piastri has, quite frankly, blitzed the competition through the feeder series to generate hype like Hamilton, Verstappen and Leclerc, while he has also been around F1 teams and cars longer than most rookies. McLaren will hope the bliss of youth will help the starlet achieve what Norris did in comparison to Ricciardo. The intra-team battle at McLaren will be fascinating to see. Nick De Vries, AlphaTauri. De Vries arrives in Formula 1 as an older rookie but also as a champion of 2 prestigious series, Formula 2 and Formula E. The both suggest that there should be few growing pains, and that AlphaTauri may have a new team leader. De Vries' Italian Grand Prix Super Sub performance last season, stepping in for an appendicitis-suffering Alex Albon, showed his maturity, adaptability, and speed. Yes, the Williams was quicker than anticipated around Monza, but most would have flapped while the Dutchman took home points at his first attempt, lapping his teammate Nicolas Latifi. Maturity is a key word when it comes to a 28-year-old. While some teams may have written him off for being older than most rookies, ironically, the team famous for giving young drivers a shot, AlphaTauri, is the one he joins in 2023. Pierre Gasly showed the advantages of Red Bull's junior team having a team leader alongside a learning youngster. While the quickly improving Yuki Tsunoda, De Vries' new teammate, will be going into his 3rd F1 season, it will be interesting to see whether he has as many leadership qualities as De Vries, who appears ready to drive the team forward now. In terms of pressure, De Vries might relax in the knowledge that the world has seen he is brilliant in his Italian cameo. It will also help that many corners of the paddock appear to like and rate him. He drove a Mercedes, Williams and an Aston Martin in practice last year, which led to many internet memes of him wearing different race suits. But what is more is that he seems to be one of few things that Red Bull and Mercedes have agreed on. The paddock is behind him, but De Vries will know he needs to perform as you are only as good as your last race. His last race was Monza for now, but there are a fair number of drivers to testify for the high pressure and impatient at times Red Bull environment that has seen the likes of Sebastian Vettel, Verstappen and Ricciardo and others not. Logan Sargeant, Williams. Williams have promoted Formula 2's 4th-placed finisher Sargeant to Formula 1 in 2023, and one of the first questions will be, why not the 3 drivers ahead of him in the championship? One answer will inevitably be his nationality, with America's F1 interest soaring and Sargeant becoming the first U.S. driver to hit the grid since 2015. But the 22-year-old is also bolstered by the fact he was already part of the Williams Young Driver Academy. Valtteri Bottas turned out all right, after all, while he is also a quicker driver than his last season will have you believe. Sargeant has got pedigree. He managed a podium in the notoriously difficult Macau Grand Prix and he was unlucky to finish 3rd in the 2020 Formula 3 Championship after a dramatic DNF in the final race saw Piastri snatch the title. The rookie will also arrive in Bahrain with plenty of miles in an F1 car under his belt after participating in practice sessions in Texas, Mexico City, Sao Paulo, and Abu Dhabi, as well as the post-season young driver test. Questions, though, will still linger as to whether he deserves to be one of 20 F1 drivers. In some ways, he will have the same level of pressure as the driver he replaces. Latifi, fans, and media alike will not be talking him up as the next big thing. This lack of expectation could work in favor of the Miami-born driver who has flown under the radar. Unlike Piastri's situation at McLaren, if Sargent gets outdriven by his highly regarded Williams teammate Alex Albon, it would not be the end of the world. On the other hand, if Sargent puts Albon under pressure, or even beats him, he would be lauded. Whether it is Red Bull, McLaren, Williams, or any other team, F1 is fast-paced and cutthroat, so the three rookies of 2023 know they need to perform, some more than others. As Bahrain preseason testing comes to end, we saw how these cars perform. I know not to judge the cars and drivers on the basis of preseason testing, but we can understand a bit from testing. The rookies who will drive AlphaTauri, McLaren, and Williams doesn't seem great cars. Williams seems to be back of the grid, same for AlphaTauri. McLaren also seems to mess up their car for 2023 season. But the rookies, Oscar Piastri, Nick de Vries, and Logan Sargent need to deliver results straight away if they are to establish long-term careers in racing's top tier where scrutiny is more intense than ever. Let me know in the comments which rookie will perform best in the season, as the season starts this week. And what are you excited about? I will meet you in the next video. Thanks for watching.